Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to midweek calendar edition. Yesterday, Ms. Morrissey did Tuesday, April 6th, so today is, what is it? Tuesday, then Wednesday, 6, then 7. Yeah, so today is Wednesday, April 7th. Now, we're already on the 7th day of April, and you might feel like, goodness, we haven't seen April very much. That's because last week we had spring break, so we didn't have school. Okay. Now, if today is April 7th, what's tomorrow going to be? What's after 7? You'll have to come back tomorrow and find out. Okay, let's count by tens, because I remember counting by fives last time. We can't really count by sevens. That would be really hard. That's like a 10th grade brain right there. All right, ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Whew, that was a lot. Okay. Thumbs up if you remember our sight words this week. Double thumbs up if you've been practicing our sight words at home. I hope. Now, the sight words this week, one you can sound out if your brain doesn't get tricked. One you cannot sound out. Now, I'm going to write them in all lowercase letters. I'm not going to pretend that they're at the beginning of a sentence. They're not months of the year, days of the week, so you don't capitalize them that way. What is that word? Oh, Lalishka knows it. Do you know it, Michaela? Said. Everybody reads said. This is said like he said to go outside and play. Lowercase for the second sight word. 2 letters, rhymes with Y. Well, not the letter Y, the word Y. Like, why did you do that? Buy. This is buy. Now, Y most of the time says yup, but sometimes when it's at the end of the word, it'll say I. Buy. Buy. This is another word where Y says I at the end. My. By, my. All right. That brain of yours is growing, and I hope you don't get tricked, because we're going to write some sentences. Now, the by that we're learning, B-Y, it's not goodbye, like bye, see you next time. No. It's the by like, my ball is sitting by the door. Or, the book was written by Mercer Mayer. Okay. Let's see here. Are you ready for this? Now, the first word is going to be he. So it's a capital H. He, what letter is that in he? Just like it sounds. He sight word. He said. Wow, a lot of 2-letter words there. He said. What does that say? What does that say right there? He said, it is by the door. This doesn't have any of this week's sight words, but it has some words that we've learned in the past. Can you read those two sentences? He said, it is by the door. Go get it, please. Ooh, a win-win sentence too. He said, it is by. Now, two letters, two letters, two letters. What's that? Oh, two letters too. He said, it is by the door. Go get it, please. Remember way back in December when we learned et words like jet, pet, get? All right. Did you write that whole saying, those two sentences? Goodness, Kaya, your brain is growing. He said, it is by the door. Go get it, please. All right, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to read it in my brain. Do you think you can do that? Wow. Okay, now, we have time to talk about fact families. Now, I was a little confused on Monday with fact families, but you helped me out. Do you remember what a fact family is? It involves three numbers. It involves adding and subtracting with those three numbers. Do we use four numbers for fact families? No, this is just a family of three. Let's do a fact family where the biggest number is 7. Okay. This fact family is going to have 7, 5, and 2. Okay? We're only going to use these three numbers to have 2 addition problems and 2 subtraction problems. Okay. So, we're going to be adding first. So when you add, you have to have the 2 smaller numbers, 5 plus 2, and they equal the bigger number. What's the bigger number in this fact family? 7. Yep. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Now, the other addition problem, it still has to use the 2 smaller numbers and equal the bigger number. So you just flip the 5 and the 2. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Well, that means 2 plus 5 equals 7. It's the same thing. Now, write that down. Subtraction is taking away. So you have to take away from the bigger number. So you write the bigger number on the first subtraction problem. 7 minus 5 equals 7 minus 5. Well, what is the third number? The number we haven't used yet. Yep. That's right, Lorelei. 7 minus 5 equals 2. Well, if 7 minus 5 equals 2, that means that 7 minus 2 equals, what's the number we haven't used yet? 5. All right. Now, when we do fact families, we use 3 numbers because they're a family, but we only use each number 1 time. Let's do one more. I'm going to do 9 as the biggest number. I'm going to do 9 as the biggest number. Let's do, let's see here. 4 and 5. Now, 9's the bigger number, so I'm going to write 4 and 5 a little bit smaller, because they're the smaller ones. So they go first when we add. 4 plus 5 equals, what's 4 plus 5 equal? It's right there. 4 plus 5 equals 9. We know that because they're a family. They're a fact family. Flip your numbers around to add. 5 plus 4 equals, what's the answer? Even knows 9. 5 plus 4 equals 9. Remember when you didn't even know how to add? Now, we have 2 addition, so I know we're going to have 2 subtraction. What's the first number that we use when we subtract? It's the bigger number, 9, because we're going to take away from the bigger number. 9 minus 4 equals, 9 minus 4 equals, what's the number we haven't used yet? 5. 9 minus 4 equals 5. Well, if we flip these numbers, the smaller numbers, 9 minus 5 equals 4. Yes, all right. 9 minus 5 equals 4. All right, boys and girls, that's all the time we have for today. Why don't you think of 3 numbers that are a fact family, write them down like we just did, take a picture and send it to Miss Morrissey. You might get a dojo point. Bye.